Magnus. He'll be hoofing it all the way to the other fella's ancient.
Alright guys, welcome back for your part 3 of this VOD. It's gonna be Netolic.SG versus invasion.gigabyte. We did rehost the game in AP after the guy finally managed to restart his computer, fix up his Steam issues, and now, yep, we're gonna jump into the game. And we have a couple of really sweet HUDs to share with the team. So like I said, I ran through the teams the previous time, but I'm gonna run through it again. Just for the benefit of those people that will watch the VOD. So it's gonna be Chaos, gonna play on the Magnus, and Alchemist will be played by L Smurf. Logic will be playing the hard support Bane Elemental. Chibi will be playing the Gyrocopter, and of course Ray Palu will be taking up the role of Dark Seer. And now gonna be Fly on Invasion, gonna be playing the Jack Hero. Boo Boo gonna be playing on the hard carry Life Stealer, and Bai will be on the Rubik. Dan Sexy will be playing on the Templar Assassin. Jessica Jung will be playing the Queen of Pain. So all of them are going to be heading up top, and I'm really excited for this game because it is going to be a tri-lane on tri-lane, I imagine, coming up very soon. And tri-lane on tri-lane is always better than tri-lane against nothing. And now, is there going to be any action this lane for Netolic? It's actually pretty strong. There's the setup here from the Bane into the Alchemist stun, and of course Chibi will be following up with his Rocket Barrage. I imagine Chibi will be taking up the farm, so this will be a support Alchemist. Yep, it's a support Alchemist, and they're gonna just use him for the long stun as well as the minus armor. And of course, like I said many times before, Alchemist, he can actually bounce back from playing a support role with his Grieval's Greed. Just a little bit of farm, a little bit of last hits, and he will bounce back up. And before you know it, it's a BKB, Assault Cuirass, and a lot of things you can't handle. When it comes to dealing with this Alchemist. And now, oh, Bai gonna run right into Rubik in the Invis rune. Gonna be spotting out the Bane as well as the Elk. So Templar Assassin will be careful not to get out of position there. And now, first deny goes the way of Magnus, and he draws first blood on his own creeps. Rapilu will be pushed back here by the Shadow Strike, and Queen of Pain will be trying to get some last hits here. Does miss one up top, and Boo Boo as well as Chibi will be going one-on-one here. Boo Boo gonna have a little bit of a hard time with the Flat Cannon raining hell on him, but he does have the Stout Shield, so that's gonna relegate some of the damage away from himself. And meanwhile, Chibi seems to be having a good grip on this lane, and Smurf gonna be starting off the game with a little bit of a stacking. And wow, the warding immediately coming out from Invasion, and this Templar Assassin will be having a better time because Magnus won't have Rune Vision. And with the new patch coming out, guys, the wards are limited to 1 at the start of the game. The max stacks, of course, still 2. Oh, here we go, a sleep to start up, and Dan Sexy will be skewered into the tower. Yep, skewered into the tower. Refraction is going to be dropped, and yep, under the tower. This will be his death. Dan Sexy will be going down. Great gank here. First blood goes the way of Netolic.SG, and Bane, Alchemist, as well as the, well, Magnus, gonna have a lot of gold spread among themselves, and Bai meanwhile will be taking up the level 1 EXP here, not to waste any. And you're gonna try and get some solo XP, gonna hit level 2 maybe, and Chibi in a little bit of trouble. Open wounds to follow. Ice Path catches him just at the edge, but it's a level 1 Ice Path. They won't be killing him here. The Ring of Protection, of course, does save his life. Oh, here comes Fly. Here, Fly is gonna be backing up there, but and Smurf, he wants to throw it out, throw the stun. Oh, he's gonna stun himself. A big mishap there by Smurf. Not so sure if that was a lag, but that was a big mistake. Could have gotten the Jakiro. He was a little bit greedy on the stun, wanted to get max. But for you guys that don't know, I believe the stun is maxed out by about, when there's 2 seconds left on the timer, 1.5 to 2 seconds, the stun is more or less maxed out. So you want to throw that out immediately. And well, Fly gets out there lucky, and Logic is going to be a little bit annoyed with his support player. But still, nothing much lost. They didn't lose a kill because of that. Flat Cannon going to be pushing back the creep wave, so Chibi controlling this wave really well. Meanwhile, Magnus taking a very aggressive stance here in the middle lane, throwing out shock waves. But because of Templar and her ability to actually just survive the lane here, yeah, survive the lane, will be actually just doing pretty fine here with the refraction charge. Dying early on does not help her at all, but she does have the boots, does have the bottle right now. Magnus has 12 last hits, she has 11. Magnus is going to be bottle crowing it right away. Jessica Wraith Blue just gonna do the cheeky play. Darkseer just gonna be grabbing this entire creep wave. No, he wants to farm it up here at the back of the back end, and he wants to farm it with neutrals. This guy is one greedy bugger. So he's gonna farm up this entire stack and get a lot of gold and EXP from that Wraith Blue. And he's not going to worry too much about the Queen of Pain right now. She's tanking the creeps. She doesn't really have a lot of burst coming her way. And, well, Wraith Blue gets himself a lot of farm, and that will be Soul Ring. And enabling him to actually stay longer in the lane right now. But KS sitting at level 4. Falling behind, well, not really falling behind. Queen of Pain does have 18 last hits. Darkseer sitting at a 16. And, of course, Gyrocopter Chibi sitting at 13 with 13 with Boo Boo sitting at 14. So pretty even across the board there. They're both off lane carries, just not doing as well as they would like. But still a really balanced start here with a nice kill in the middle lane. Does help them out a lot. And Templar Assassin gonna be abusing the Radiant advantage here. Gonna farm up a small camp, stacking it first. So great job from it. No, gonna just walk back in there. So the Kobolds gonna be trolling her. And KS go get some space in the middle lane. Gonna hit level 6 very soon. Gets the siege creep. And then Saxay picks up an illusion for herself. So this does help her if she decides to dive any towers. And Magnus will be a little bit late on the rune collection there. No, he's just gonna run after his bottle and put it back in the courier. And the Smeevil will be running all the way back to base to get this refilled up. And now Boo Boo. Oh, going for 2 points in acid spray. So only 1 on the stun. And not going for any more in that. So not so sure what the logic is behind this. Of course they want to make all the heroes paper a little bit weaker, and of course the synergy between Flat Cannon as well as the acid spray will be huge because a lot of AoE damage with AoE minus armor. Yes please, says Gyrocopter. And Templar Assassin very cleverly using her illusion rune to bait a little bit, but no, takes a shockwave to the face, and that's not exactly how he planned it. He does have a point to meld down, so he can go a little bit more aggressive. I hear a ping coming out on top lane. No, nothing's going to go on there. No, a Shadow Strike goes out here on Darkseer. Darkseer immediately surges out, not going to risk it. And Wraith Blue will be getting out of there fine. He's going for the bottle instead of the Soul Ring, so not going for the endless cycle build, rather going to be looking to control the runes there with his Surge. And the 6-minute rune will actually spawn very soon, so we're going to see how KS is going to handle this. KS picks up his Arcanes. So Jakiro does have a smoke, so he might actually decide to go right now. It's about to hit night time, so this is the right time to smoke out and actually run for the mid lane, trying to snag up a kill. But no, they want to go in the middle lane, they want to contest this farm there. There's a Fate Bolt target. No, I'm going to bounce it all the way down. Very nice. Steals up to NC, so no, it does not. Smurf gets it, so it's pink on that. So the Fate Bolt actually does help the Alchemist get the last hit on the on the NCs there, and now he'll be hitting level 4 with Bane soon, I guess. No, Bane hits level 4 first, but Alchemist still a little bit behind in terms of the level. But once he hits level 4, we have 2 points in the stun, and I imagine we have a lot more nuking power as well as ganking. Meanwhile, Jessica already hitting level 6, gonna hit 7 soon with the Max Scream. Wraith Blue has to be a little bit more careful with that. And more ping going out. They fear a gang from the sides, but no, like I said, 6 minutes up, all the wards are down, and now Magnus, he will be taking a very defensive stance. He did pick up the regen, so he's going to be a little bit more careful here. Shockwave going to fly. Oh, and then the Templar ward set up and getting ready to actually pick up this Magnus. But Magnus has the skewer, although there is a double disable coming out the way of Invasion. He will be fine. Oh, the slow goes out and he has been in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna be pulled out here. Ice Path as well. Gonna miss the Ice Path. So KS not gonna hit by hit by the dual breath, and Templar does come in, but gonna be stunned up here by the Alchemist. Alchemist gonna be chewing away as refraction charges Smurf. A little bit of trouble. Gonna be backing off there, and KS gonna live. Miss Ice Path, and the Smurf coming in at the right time, saving his mid hero. And Chibi meanwhile gets a little bit more space. Gonna be pushing back the Life Stealer with the Bane Elemental, so good play on him. Yeah, Flat Cannon is quite a pain to deal with, and here comes the open wounds with the face boost. Boo Boo might actually want to go for a kill here. Now Chububu pops the rage, and now Gyrocopter in a little bit of trouble. Nope, not gonna be pushing the issue here. There is a lot of creeps to deal with, and no, I see Magnus in the middle lane. Alchemist is going to be spotted out here by a Radiant Observer, and that's the Dire Observer sitting right here as well. For Magnus, keep tabs on the top lane, but meanwhile Templar Assassin is missing from the lane. So a pretty balanced start, not too much action, just the kill in the middle lane. It's going to be 1k gold advantage. It's going to be Illusion Rune spotted out here for Darkseer. And KS going to snag that right up. Going to be happy about that. We can regen up his mana as well. And the Magnus Illusions, like I said, good for diving towers if you should decide to. And then Saxay. It's going to be backing off here. Going to take a little bit of damage from the side blades, but still not going to be too perturbed. And Gyrocopter going to hit level 6 very shortly with this NCA XP. I expect him to... No, not going to get it. He's just going to let Bane eat everything up. Bane sitting at level 5 now, so great pulling here from the Bane. He has gotten quite a bit of levels by denying him the farm. Oh, here comes by. He wants to go for pickoff. He does get a pickoff. Instant TP reaction from the Magnus. They might not want to dive this. Fateball dual breath. Gonna skewer him in there. Boo Boo gets RP'd, and here comes the cooldown to follow. A nice cooldown is gonna land. Chibi picks a free kill for himself. Magnus, very quick TP. Gonna get Mbike. Gonna punch him. Rubik in the back. Shockwave. Oh, gonna whiff. And Arcane Boots gonna pop and salve. Is there stun? There's gonna be a stun here in 2 seconds, 1 second, and does take the stun instantly. He throws out a stun and a shockwave. Great timing here from Smurf as well as KS. Great teamwork. Gonna net themselves 3 kills there. The Trilane gank gone wrong, and Templar Assassin, he does want to come here on Saxay, and Saxay, oh, gonna be hit by the ice path. So Smurf will go down. Then Saxay will be going for KS. No, shouldn't dive that. Not gonna dive that, but he does get a little bit of a collateral kill. And well, Gyrocopter did go down as well. Who killed Gyrocopter? Oh, Queen of Pain picked off Gyrocopter, so good kill there by Quap. And Logiki wasn't in position to save his ally, and now going to try and get some last hits here in the lane. Thing to note, of course, Bane Elemental does have his ultimate right now, so he might want to go back to base, regen up, and have the ultimate for the next fight. Chibi, he did pick up a kill, but got rebutted, killed by the Queen of Pain as well. And now Bai gonna stand watch over the bottom rune. He might not want to do that. Oh, Rapaloo is gonna come in here. No, the rune's gonna spawn up top. Double damage it will be for the Magnus. And Templar Assassin once again finds the rune denied from her. Gonna go for the drums as well as the Yasha. Going for the race car as it's been coined in recent times. And Rapaloo working towards his mechanism, will be having it in about 200 gold. So farming up pretty well. The Queen of Pain not able to phase him out of the lane. Darkseers are really hard to phase out of the lane. Double damage here for KS. He will have RP in 20 seconds. And Chibi has the threats, has a bracer. Going for the drums, I imagine. Check out that gold graph very quickly. It's 1.5k in favor of Netolic. And the EXP gonna be about 2.5. So still an advantage here, 2 to 4 is the score, but still won't count invasion out of it in any stretch. KS gonna be using double damage, and as well as a shockwave, gonna clear it out, gonna hit Rubik at the end of that as well, so dropping down to about half HP. So Rubik has to be very careful here. He doesn't have any points in now field, and not so sure that will help him at all even. Actually gonna miss the last hit there on the range siege creep, but Boo Boo, tired of the top lane, is gonna be farming up bottom. Going to try and get some items up. Want to work towards his drums as well. So a lot of drums coming out from both sides. Templar gonna pick up one, Lifestealer gonna pick up another, and Gyrocopter gonna pick one for himself as well. Meanwhile, Alchemist finally getting some last hits here. Gonna get a boots as well as 2 gauntlets, so going for the urn, a little bit of damage as well as healing. Always good. Gonna be smoking up. So now they're gonna look for more action here. It's been a little bit dull in this past few minutes, but now 12 minutes in, looks like Netolic want to lay down aggression, throws out the shockwave, and he picks up his blink dagger. So when the blink dagger does fly in, this gonna try for the RP, does cancel it in front of Templar Assassin's face. He's gonna go for the rune. The ward a little bit unnecessary, I feel. Pops the illusion, the smoke. Gonna give Templar Assassin a false sense of security. He won't be. He won't get it. Oh, the skewer is gonna miss, and he's not gonna throw the stun as well. He's gonna stun himself. So Alchemist does stun himself there, and a little bit of a failed gang coming the way. And oh, the Iron Shell is gonna melt out the refraction charge immediately. Ice Path thrown out defensively, gonna stop that gang from coming on. I still felt that the Alchemist could have thrown out the stun there instead of stunning himself, but still. Didn't want to overextend, don't want to risk it as well. And great juking here from Templar. Gonna save his own life, and then Saxay. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter farms up a little bit of a Walkin stack. Yeah, gonna have the drums very soon, and once he does, he will be a lot more threatening. And Boo Boo, still sitting at the bracer as well. Oh no, he has full drums now. I hear another jump here. Oh, Magnus in a little bit of trouble. Goes skew away, right click, nice stick charge, gonna bring him up. And could have been Sonic's wave his face. And Logiky in a little bit of trouble here. Gotta go for the TP. I'm not so sure this is gonna help. Mel strike as well as the Peanut Bean right click. Double kill here for Jessica Jung. And great pickup here, 4-4 now. The score is balanced for both sides. And now Tower might be in a little bit of danger. No more Glyph is available, so this tier 1 tower will be falling to the Radiant. And they do draw first blood in terms of towers. And Wraith Blue, meanwhile, of course, gonna be farming against this Lifestealer. Lifestealer, of course, gonna suffer a lot with this Iron Shell tagging him constantly at the back. And a tier 1 might go down as well. A bit of a preemptive surge here for Wraith Blue. Good Iron Shell to creep once again. And the tower actually drops to 247. Just not in deny range just yet, but a nice stack coming out here from the Radiant. Gonna help the carries actually get some farm later on. It could actually go to Templar, it could go to Lifestealer, it could go to the Queen as well. And Smurf still opting to go for high points in Acid Spray. Not so sure what the reasoning is behind this, but right now Rubik has 2 armor. Queen has 5, Jakiro has 3, Templar has 9, and Lifestealer has 9. So I guess you could say that's a decent pickup. The minus armor is -5, so it does put Jakiro, Queen of Pain, as well as Rubik into the negative range as all 0 to negative range. So that's pretty big in terms of effective HP, and the Flag Cannon's gonna be chewed away here by the refreshing charges. And a big smoke here for Netolic.SG. They do have the RP, they do have the Blink Dagger, they want to go for something. And they want to go and get a kill here on Templars. And Templars is in a bit of trouble here. Blink, RP on Templar alone, skew him out to the team. And, well, Templar Assassin, you gripped as well. Wow, that's a lot of ultimates here for one Templar Assassin. And they really don't like him. But Bane Elemental, he doesn't have a long cooldown in ultimate. Magnus, RP doesn't really cost a lot as well. So now, that will be a free kill there, and the Glyph is actually popped. Invasion want to go for a trade, it seems. They want to go for a trade up bottom or middle. They want to do some damage to the middle lane. The tower will drop, and we're going to see if Netolic does push the issue. No, they're not going to do it. They're going to chase after the Quap, but the Quap is just going to be blinking away. And, well, it does give Alchemist a little bit of farm though. Meanwhile, Boo Boo has picked up the Helm of Iron Will. Gonna work towards that armlet, gives himself some good armor as well as regeneration. 5 bonus, and well, this guy is back. Dan say he had a lot of ultimates, but I hear a call down. You know, a call down is just gonna be farming this, so always tripping me up. Chibi has this. I have seen Ice do this as well. Gonna farm up this entire camp with call down. His supports are stacked for him. But another thing very good is of course call down being a very short AoE. Well, not short AoE, short cooldown, and the short cooldown does really help him a lot as well in terms of team fights. He can actually come online very often in team fights, not like Black Hole where you have to cast it every 3 minutes in early game. I hear an engagement going on. Alchemist has picked up, throws the stun on Rubik, drops the Acid Spray just in the nick of time. Ice Path gonna catch 2, Bane as well as the Darkseer gonna be caught out there. Quap comes in here. He does have Sonic Wave. No, he's not gonna dive it. He could have actually gotten the kill, I feel, but not gonna go for it. South comes out on Alchemist. Alchemist has the Face Boots, has the Urn of Shadows. You might want to go for it. The Acid Spray now at level 4. Gonna have a -6 armor buff here. Alright, Rubik gonna be caught out here, and Lifestealer as well. The Ice Buff not gonna hit that well, and a grip goes on Boo Boo right on top of the wall. And here comes the stun. The stun is gonna land. Sonic Wave does land on 2, but a big fight. RP into the wall. Great fight here from Netolic. Triple kill here for Chibi on the Gyrocopter. The wall into the RP, and the call down was simply perfect. And now Netolic.SG pull themselves ahead in this game. The goal graph, you see it's now really balanced, but it will be dipping in the Dire's favor very shortly, especially the tier 1 going down. They could actually look for another, but no, they want a tier 1 down bottom. 140 HP, still out of deny range, but still very, very grabbable. And now Logiky and Co gonna be going down towards the bottom lane. Smurf gonna take a little bit of a side track, gonna try and get that kill by Gyrocopter. Picks up the Shadow Blade, so more burst, more invis as well. The escape skill is going to help him a lot. He's got to backdoor this tower. And right click, right click, right click, boom! And GB picks himself up even pick himself up even more goal. He's gonna work towards his BKB now, I imagine. Don't see any items other than that actually worth getting. The BKB, of course, the Quark does have a serious nuke coming her way. She has the Oblivion Staff. We have the nukes here from Rubik. We have the nukes here from Jakiro as well. The Macropire does do quite a little bit of damage, and Telekinesis, you want to avoid that as fast as possible, along with the Ice Path. And now, has to be very careful here, Alchemist. Load your key. So now, right now, Netolic are sticking as 5. The gold graph, yep, like I said, dipped instantly after that fight. 4,000 is the goal advantage, and the EXP 5k. Shockwave is gonna farm up their own jungle for a moment. They're trying to get us some key items. Templar Assassin did go for the Yasha, and we'll have it now. So going for the speed build, like I said, be able to chase down supports, chase down heroes in general, and just pick them off. It makes Mel right clicking a lot easier as well, because you can run faster, you can go nearer to ensure that you will not miss the Mel strike. So Templar gonna sit here in the trees, doesn't have TP, which is possibly the reason why he refuses to leave this lane for this moment. But no TP, gonna be wasting a lot of farm time here. Double TP on the bottom lane. Logic-y. Is he gonna look for something?
Guess what's happening to Dire?
Not going to. Darkseer is smoked up, so Bane Elemental will be the bait here, if you would call it. But we know we can look at the last hits. It's 127 here for the Gyrocopter, 113 for the Quark, and 108, 1110 for the Darkseer as well as the Lifestealer. So Templar sitting at a respectable 100. We're going to look at the net worth. It's Gyrocopter leading the charts there with 9.3, 7.1 for the Queen, and of course 7k for the Magnus here, sitting at 3rd place. Alchemist is still a little bit behind, but once he gets that Grievous Greed, I imagine it will skyrocket. Another thing to mention, of course, the 2 carry players, or the semi-carries and the carry, 6.4k. 6.4k there on the Lifestealer as well as the TA. So they're not too bad, but they're falling behind on the Magnus as well. Gyrocopter does beat them by a whole 50%, but Orchid does get picked up here. Production value by the Queen of Pain. So he's gonna look for some quick silences and pickoffs here now that he has it. And of course, silencing the Alchemist will be a big deal, because he will do a lot of damage as well as a big stun to himself if he's not careful in the usage of his nuke or slash stunning ability. And now middle lane's gonna be farmed up, and again the teams are taking a more passive approach to this game, and they might actually look at a Roshan. Yeah, they're going for a Roshan. Drops the acid spray. They are actually going to go for this. They have a sentry ward. They know if anyone's coming in, but now the smoke is going to be spotted out here by Netolic. Netolic knows they're coming, and Netolic might have the perfect initiation. Magnus going to run on the high ground. He spots out the Rubik, and now we're going to see Quark jumps in there with the bomb measure, Sonic Wave as well, and here comes the RP. RP catches 3 of the heroes, going to rock them right into the wall, and Jessica Jung, he did pick up the Alchemist, but still, is it enough? Chibi calls down as a follow-up here. No, not going to get any kills here, but 3 heroes are already gone here for Netolic, and Magnus, despite his great RP, 4 staff going to save his life. No, Queen of Pain does come in here with one more right click. He will get picked off. Shadow Strike goes out. There'll be nice deny here from Chibi, goes into the Shadow Strike, but that was a horrendous fight there for Netolic.SG. The wall was perfect, the RP was perfect, but no, they didn't find any pickoffs, and now Roshan is very wounded, and well, up for grabs here for Templar as well as the Quark. So a little bit of a blunder here from Netolic.SG, but an invasion. They net themselves a perfect team fight, and the Queen of Pain just been doing so much work in this game. And well, 3-man RP, not enough to get rid of Roshan, and Aegis does go to the Templar Assassin. So we're gonna see if Netolic.SG actually do suffer from this in a bad way, because are they gonna pay for this big mistake of theirs? 8-11, you do give a lot of gold and EXP by giving away Roshan. You already see the gold graph shooting back up to only 2k EXP. You're gonna hit 0 very shortly. So Netolic.SG, they do have to be careful. Lifestealer is not something they want to fight when he's superbly fat. They do have an Alchemist, but still it's not something to be resting on their laurels about. And Dan Saxe has to be a bit careful. Gonna get a missile homed in on him. And after all the aggression, I'm not so sure how this tower is still standing. But big shout out to Ray Flew there. He does keep the tower alive, and well, really good for his team. And now we're gonna see Illusion Rune here picked up by the Templar. So Templar gonna have a little bit more tanking power as well as distractions for himself. Magnus throws out a shockwave, and this wave will be pushed back. So check out hero levels. Jakiro sitting at 7 for 8, whereas Netolic.SG have really fat supports 9 to 10 here, because the supports, despite them winning the fight, supports all evaporate immediately to the RP wall cooldown combo. So a little bit of mistake for Chibi not to drop the bomb earlier. Perhaps it was on cooldown, or maybe he was stunned. Not so sure, but the cooldown could have dropped a lot earlier. That would have won his team some fights. The whole fight, I imagine. 3 heroes were caught in that reverse polarity, so a cooldown onto that will be disastrous. Meanwhile, Darkseer picks up his mech, has the Hood of Defiance, gotta work towards the pipe, nullify some of that magical damage coming up from the Quark, as well as the Twin Hit. It does help a lot against the Infest as well. The Fade Ball is worth a mention, I guess, but still not enough. Then the Queen of Pain gonna work towards BKB now, has the Ogre Club, and well, is that an aggressive surge? Yeah, aggressive surge. Not so sure what he was doing there, hoping to cancel a TP, I think. Oh no, Templar Assassin's a big trouble. He has the call down. Missile's gonna land on him as well. They might not want to surge him out. The Sonic Wave goes out, lands on 3. The Scream as well. And now Gyrocopter dropping very low. And the Grip goes out on Jessica. Jessica's in trouble. Stun goes out. RP lands on TA right away by Lifestealer. It's here unopposed. And the homing missile will be landing on him. So no follow up from him. Smurf dropping very low. And Ernchai is gonna keep him up alive just for a while longer. No, it's not gonna be enough. Killing spree here for the Lifestealer. And they want to give chase here on Magnus. Magnus gonna be blinking into the trees. Gonna be surviving there. So the Aegis actually did win them that fight there. So 10 to 13 is the score now. 10 to 13. And well, Invasion clawing themselves back into this game with the Lifestealer, of course. Like I said, once he snowballs, it's really hard to bring him down. He's 3.3k gold up right now, and he buys up a full basher from the shop. So he's going to be stunning through all those thick heroes, even if they do have the BKB. Such as Chibi. Chibi will be going towards the BKB. Already has an Ogre Club coming his way, I imagine. Nope. Oh, has a Strength Charge, has the Drum, so he's pretty tanky. He has a Shadow Blade, and with a Satanic, well, that tactic really worked by, I can't remember who it was. The guys that fought Dreams yesterday. They did go for Satanic first before any major damage items. After the Mantis style, they went for Diffuse. Well, not Diffusal Blade. They did go for Satanic, and it did keep the Gyrocopter long enough in the fight. Although they did lose later, it was still a good build that we could actually learn something from. Now Alchemist still not getting much farm. Didn't pump. Didn't add a lot into Grio's Greed, so right now she doesn't look pretty in terms of the farm. And well, 16 as well as 15 for hero levels here. Last is denies 171. Gyrocopter still taking the top of the charts, and they have a big team fight. So Invasion, they can't rest on the laurels, and if Rubik is blown up right away before the fight starts, it's gonna be very hard for him to throw something back to help his team. So he'll have to look out for some key disables such as the Bane's Grip, well, the RP, even Alchemist Stun is great because it does have setup with the Rubik. So
the Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
now tier 1 gonna drop here through the Templar and his illusions, and Lifestealer just taking charge there, not even fearing God himself. And Alchemist will be getting some farm down and a surge out here. Not gonna get much. Oh, in a little bit of trouble, and RP catches 2 as well, and gonna be catching the Quarp. Quarp's gonna be brought down here, and now RP does catch 1 only, and the Grip here goes out on Boo Boo. Boo Boo pops the rage. He's gonna lose his entire rage duration here, and a nice wall. Are they gonna go for it? And Templar's Essence does have the BKB, so he's gonna go right into it. Bane gonna sleep himself there. Chibi dropping very low, going into the Shadow Blade, gonna be backing off there. Logic, a very quick Bane step, gonna save his life there. Logic gotta back off. He gets picked off there, and Jakiro pops the dust, and KS in a little bit of trouble, gonna be skewering in there. No, unstoppable here for Chibi. Double kill, picks off the Templar, picks off the Lifestealer. So right now is a big turn of events here, and Fly, he wants to go for something, gets Skewer down to the low ground. Right click, triple kill here for Chibi. Very great play here. Gyrocopter just juking in and out with the Shadow Blade. 5k gold on this gyrocopter, and KS, this Magnus, he's just going all around the place. Blink, 4-star everywhere. And Smurf, surprised to see that he's alive in this entire fight as well. Has 4 armor now with the drums as well as the Urn base boots, but now gonna find himself some fun with the Greevil's Greed. And Gyrocopter, Darkseer as well as the Magnus will be pushing this lane. And Logic, he did keep himself alive for really long, disabling heroes left and right, sapping them, enfeebling them, preventing his death, just stalling it out. Finally, Lifestealer got the last pulse swipe off, but still, now Netolic.SG have the favor swung back to them. 4k as the goal lead. Gyrocopter gonna accept the hospitality of the Radiant jungle. Gonna be farming up the creeps. That's Helm of Dom, one of them. So probably gonna go for some ancient stacking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Helm of Dom. And Gyrocopter, what's he pick up? Sells Magic Stick, picks up the Eagle Horn, still has 3k1, 3k2 to boot. He could buy the entire Eagle Horn right now, I feel. And Magnus, Gyrocopter, and gonna be Shadowblading out there. You look at the net worth now, 200 last hits, of course, 14k here on the Gyrocopter. He has died very little, other than the fact that he got picked up by the Quap early on. But Chibi, like I said, he's a very talented player. He knows how to snowball, he knows how to farm, he can play a lot of roles in Netolic.SG. He's one of the, well, I would say that one of the good players that carry the victory, and an instant butterfly here immediately by Gyrocopter. And none of the heroes here on the Radiant do have anything resembling an MKB right now. And Lifestealer might actually be working to his Abyssal Blade instead of MKB. So this evasion is going to be doing him a lot of work. Lifestealer does have 2k though. And well, Magnus 2.5. I like how Magnus is just tailgating the Gyrocopter down. So if he does get into any trouble, it's just a few steps away from Blink to RP. And right now we see Lifestealer gonna TP in.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Meanwhile, Darkseer. Alchemist does pick up a Shadow Blade. Like I said, this is a support Alchemist. He gets a full Shadow Blade by 30 minutes. 30 minutes is pretty impressive for a support hero picking up a Shadow Blade. And Chibi, meanwhile, already up on the Butterfly, 1.8k gold. He does have the buyout, so he's not fearing anyone right now. And if anything, if they do decide to jump him, he will make them pop. Now this Ogre Bruiser, is he gonna go for the stack? He did successfully stack once, so we're gonna see if he does do it again. Pings going out around the map. Shockwave gonna be pushing back the mid lane, and now we're gonna see what the KS actually wants to do. He has 3k gold. He could go towards his refresher up right now, but I don't think he wants to show his hand. Let them think they're poor, and well, they surprise them with the double RP and actually go for the win here. They have one more tier 2 to contend with, and after taking that, or even Roshan, they will be dealing with this. And a very quick preemptive dewarding here from the Bane. He wants to clear up the Roche pit for, well, the Roche. Already here, pings going out by the Queen of Pain to actually deward the towers, as well as the roaming Roshan ward. So Al gonna be farming out his life now, and Gyrocopter as well has a Butterfly, has 2k gold. I'm not so sure where he gets all his money from. Perhaps he robs banks with his Gyrocopter, but still, he is really rich, and he's been stacking it on his own as well, and that's pretty big deal. Roshan does respawn at the right time after that ancient, and they're gonna let Gyrocopter actually solo it. He does Shadow Blade in, and that's pretty good for him. And now TA, I think he's gonna drop a trap in there. He does drop a trap, he does see it, and now they want to jump on Gyrocopter, but I think they might wait till the Roshan is a bit lower on HP before going in. And I hear the bomb going out here, but the Shadow Strike, no, the Queen of Pain does get stunned up here by the Alchemist, so he might reach Roshan a little bit late. No, they will not. Double damage here on Templar Assassin. He will be chipping down Roshan now. He has the Mel, he has brought Roshan down to about 4k HP, and it's gonna be Alchemist and a nice blink into stun into the Impale as well, and to the side, I mean the infest as well as Sonic Wave just blows up the bait. Rubik gets killed here by the Alchemist, and he doesn't even pop his ultimate for the ability, and Fly goes down to Chibi. Chibi, of course, being very fat. RP on solo Magnus. Boo Boo has to be very careful. Chain stand to follow up. Oh, there's a little bit of mistime there, but a nice vacuum back into the wall, and he will pick off the Queen of Pain. And Boo Boo get a hit there. Alchemist gets a smack him on the back, and he gets chopped to bits. And that is a close to a full team fight. Temple Assassin still trying to think that he can get this Roshan, but that is the wrong idea, sir. And now he's gonna back off. Dan Sax, he will be taking out on his Ogre Bruiser. Poor guy. And I see Magnus actually rotating in here, and he might be in a little bit of trouble. Dan actually misses on his meld, and oh, the skill onto the high ground. Great play here from KS. Staff himself out, but he does set a Templar free, so a little bit of a misplay. He could have just died there on his own. But the Aegis does go to the Gyrocopter now, and now that was a big turnaround of events. I thought they were going to be in big trouble there for certain, because Bane Elemental was picked off right before the fight can even start. Oh, Alchemist gets a freebie here on Jack Hero, and wow. Alchemist already 4k gold. This is what I was saying, guys. He can transition support into hard carry already. Shadowblade drums up on him. He could go for BKB, could go for casual plate mail, bring up his EHP a little bit. Templar Assassin giving chase here on Logiki. Mag Charge gonna keep him awake, well, alive in any case. And Dan Saxe is gonna be backing off there. Has the Demon Edge working to a step, and KB. He's the only guy that hasn't been dying for quite a bit here. But Smurf gonna have a fun time here on the Radiant Ancients. And GB has the Aegis, has not used it, but it's still got quite a bit of time there. He could look for a push. He has 3k gold. Gonna see how he wants to spend it. And a surge out here from Wraith Palu. MKB here for the Gyrocopter. There's a lot of items on the Gyrocopter, but he won't have a lot of space for this. He might sell the drums. Yeah, he's gonna sell the drums, picks up the MKB, and gonna be surged out. Meanwhile, Magnus still sitting at 3.5k, sitting pretty, has the buyout money, doesn't want to spend it, typical. Well, I won't say it's a bad thing, they want to keep up the goal, but sometimes you do need to spend a little bit of it so that you will have the buyout money anyway. You already the buyout only costs 1k at this point, spending 2.5k is technically okay. Let us know. Probably wants to finish the entire thing. He will go for a BKB instead, so not going for the refresher up, he wants to stay away from the spells. And he's gonna sell it, sell away his bottle, send the BKB in. So right now he has BKB, Gyro has no BKB, and Alchemist also no BKB. So he's gonna go for the assault. Alchemist very close to the wall, picks up a plate, picks up a chain as well as a Hyperstone. Here Alchemist getting caught out there, getting caught by the Ice Path as well. Dobreath as well as the pickup here by the Rubik, and nice jab usage here by Smurf. Smurf nearly got out of there, but there's well, there's buy here on the Rubik with the gem, so that caught the Alchemist out of surprise. Well, by surprise, and a great Ice Path as well does keep him in there long enough for Rubik to get close.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Perhaps Alchemist was wishing he had taken the plate mail instead of the Hyperstone, but still. In this rune, illusion rune for Magnus here, no bottle already, so he's just going to be using it as kind of a scout or tanking device. Maybe even just do for a little bit of tomfoolery or even some kind of dirty tricks, and just force some ultimates out on the illusion. Right now Netolic, they are a little bit ahead, well, a lot ahead. 14k the goal difference and 14k EXP difference. If you look at net worth, Templar Assassin has managed to catch up at 14k. Gyrocopter sitting at 20. Darkseer 13. And well, Alchemist is about to out farm the Lifestealer right now. They pump him up with the Empower, and he doesn't deal a lot. There is a Assault Cuirass here for the for the Alchemist, and once he reaches here, of course, -5 armor though and 5 strength bonus. That's a mana you can dispel. That is right, Lion. But Queen of Pain will be hitting from the. Will get hit here by the missile, and it looks like Netolic actually want to force the case. They want to jump in. They have an observer here already keeping tabs. No, this is an Alpha Wolf. Templar Assassin picks up the MKB, so this could be bad for the Gyrocopter if he's not aware. Templar Assassin is great at bursting down heroes, especially physically. So even if you are anti-mage, you are in no, well, you're not going to be as fortunate as Dandy or someone in the pubs, but still. Getting a lot of farm is quite a bit, and Fate Bolt does push them back, and the pipe is forced to pop. Aegis is still online, gonna see how long more that is. There's gonna be 2 minutes left on that Aegis, so it's gonna be pretty comfortable. Alchemist is gonna be frontlining this. He has the AC, he's gonna be minusing 5 armor here on this tower. The acid spray will prevent anyone from coming back in here because it does lose them 6 armor as well as 5 from the AC, so that's gonna be 11 armor lost, and that is not something a lot of heroes can take it. Ice Path, gonna catch Chibi there, and once again, Smurf, his ultimate's off cooldown, he's gonna be hitting away at the tower once again. Homing missile goes out, Jessica has to be very careful, BKB popped there by his side, but look at the damage from Alchemist, Alchemist just chews through him, beyond godlike here on Chibi. That was a huge turnaround, and wow, that guy just melted here with the Iron Shell, and that's mid-range without even doing anything. And now, Alchemist, he wants something, he's gonna find a Rubik, he's gonna stun Rubik, Rubik gets stunned immediately, half his health gone, but the Ice Path gonna buy his buddy some time. Brain Stab gonna ensure that kill, and right now Netolic.SG confining the Radiant side to the barrack, to the fountain there, and they might actually look for a second set, and this might be GG. I don't see a way to come back from this. There is a huge amount of damage here with the Empower here on the Gyrocopter. Smurf, he chopped the Temple Assassin to bits and pieces, diced him up and saltied him with Acid Spray, but still, Alchemist, he's gonna come in here, throws out the stun, and he's gonna back off there. He doesn't want to give up his streak, and the Rubik does buy it out. Tries to get vacuum off. Wraith Blue, not get it. But this is what I said, guys. Netolic.SG, they are a strong team, and they well, Invasion did put up a good fight. They had some great fights. Netolic.SG made a little bit of mistakes. They are actually a pretty risky team. They played it well. They played at the Roshan. They tried to go for it, tried to bait it, but in the end, they got destroyed. But still, they turned it around. Took 2 very convincing fights here. Gyrocopter just doing his job. Like I said, Chibi, he's like kind of the playmaker, but still, all of the rest of his team are no slouches either. Those were great RPs, those were great vacuum into walls, and Bane just knew who to target in this entire fight. Granted, he may have died a little bit more, still he didn't do that bad, but still, this is the best of 3, guys. The quarterfinals are best of 3, so it's Netolic.SG versus Invasion. Game 2 coming right up. We're gonna see if Invasion can bounce back from this loss, and we're gonna jump in the next game very shortly. But meanwhile, we're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna rub my eyes for a little bit and drink some water. Get a drink. You guys should too, and suggest your songs in the chat below, and I'll try and play them. Just keep them clean. So if you like my cast, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitch. All of them are licensed under Zenora. And yeah, big shout out to our sponsors, Gigabyte, Western Digital, as well as Corsair and Dota Talk for their administrative stuff. So alright, stat screen for you guys want to see it, and I'll see you guys next game.